Hey, is that a saloon? I feel better already.
Okay, let's see. Let's go. Yeah, okay, so we had two there, so let's go there first.
Let's hope Jasper's pharmaceutical special blend hasn't affected his voice enough to keep it from opening the door.
What do you think we're in for? Manny-primals? Enormous five-eyed canids?
Um,
This
Thank you.
facility is currently... Please speak the passphrase.
We attest to the zest.
Passphrase. Welcome.
Well, looks like Monarch ain't the only place they gave up on.
Hmm. Oh, when did I get that? Employees benefits. Lots of extra. That was the Spectrum Gatlin, yeah. Hmm.
Oh, could we skip the part where we trashed the place? We've lived through a hell of a lot tougher than some rust bucket security box.
Okay, well, we got a few floors, it looks like. And the second floor is going to have my main thing in the third floor. So I just gotta get down there and it'll be right there.
This is that shadow from the OCI. Watch out, Captain! The left.
Phew. I mean, literally have no use for extra perks.
Roscoe, it's Georgie. If you're hearing this, you must still be holed up at the Sprat Shack. And you're not gonna like this one bit. I was trying to steal our recordings when things went crazy. I know. Like I said, sorry. And I'm gonna be in a heap of trouble if I don't get them, so if you want to save my bacon, you need to do it for me. I need the 3 interviews we did with Ambrose, this one here, plus another recording of my own. I left that last one with a guy who owed me a favor at the garbage processing office in the chemical waste ravine. I'll leave an automech near Stellar Freighting. It'll want all 5 recordings, plus a passphrase. Glacial Age. Oh, and don't listen to my log, all right? Just stay safe and keep your head down.
I'm guessing it's giving me 2 places that I can bring the recordings. Okay. That's the elevator that brings me up to there. There's that little spot. Let's go check that out. Looks like I can get there from this room. So I might have to get up here. Looks like there's a staircase there. Yep, there we go.
Sister searching. Process in.
Going silent.
Not very sanitary anymore, if it ever was.
Probably nothing in there. At least that's my expert guess. Okay. Well, if we head over here, that should bring me down to there. Yep. What? Okay, so I gotta find the chem security pass in here somewhere. There's no way I'm getting 150 lock.
The effects of Compound X are inescapable. The refined excrement of the xenocyte life form. It's a fine powder, very fine. It finds its way into absolutely everything. Even in the water now, and the air. It settles like a veil over all of Gorgon. The laboratory techs get the worst of it. We all appreciated the...
Over quickly.
The laboratory techs get the worst of it. We all appreciated...
Primals, too? They wanted to make sure they made all the bad decisions, didn't they?
I've had to break up 2 fistfights this week alone. This aggression must be inherent to the formula, to Compound X. How do I stop it?
Okay. There we go. Yeah, that's where I came from. Seriously, you guys can't take care of one little robot? Okay.
I wonder. This is where Lo was when his mind was pushed to its breaking point.
You survived. You're remarkably intent on scuttling my every plan to end you. How inconsiderate.
I dare say it seems like the inmates were running the asylum.
I've seen negligence and greed and incompetence run rampant over this colony. But this ain't like a pistol malfunction and shot a toe off, Captain. A lot of people died here.
This whole project wrought mental destruction on everyone involved, including, sadly.
No wonder Minnie's trying to clear her name. This kind of disaster's liable to stain a family for generations.
Night falls on Gorgon. Though I suppose it's always dark here in the void. The lab is empty, and I am at last alone. I'm preoccupied with thoughts of the single-celled xenocytes that make their home here on this rock. These primordial creatures persist despite the hostility of their surroundings. No, they require adversity to thrive. Perhaps that's why our bodies react to theirs. There is a harmony in us. The law didn't craft us for the void, yet we scrabble across its cold worlds, building, persisting, as the xenocytes do. We live. Against all odds, we live. But for how long?
Whoa, what the? Okay. Whoopsie. There's a hole. Yeah, place is investigated.
Unexpected.
Our victory is their defeat.
About damn time. I need a beer and a shower.
Lower. Oh. Okay. $58. Okay, let's see. What was the next area? Guess I'm not a repopulated area. There we go. I should have just went in. Okay, looking at a few floors.
Oof. When the woman from Monarch is plugging her nose, you know you've made some poor life choices.
I fear the stench is but a meager taste of what's to come.
Welcome to Human Inquiry and Auditing, the Spacer's Choice facility. Whatever your past, know that as of today, each of you will be part of something greater. Together, we will unlock the path to discoveries. Profit all of us.
Minds did their dirtiest work here. We made puppets.
Came up from there. There's an elevator. Does not look like I have access to it. Well, maybe right through there. Let's just hit the stairs.
Out of people and tested them until they broke. Walk softly, Captain. Some of them still live here.
Volunteers my ass. These are cells.
This whole place reminds me too much of my own incarceration, to be honest.
Welcome, volunteers. This office.
Somewhat of a maze to get through. Looks like I'm heading there and then up to that. Whew. Big maze.
Is where we will test your communication, paper management, and self-motivation skills. This is your time to shine. You may just find yourselves doing similar.
Yay, shortcut.
This appears.
Because there's just like an upper level to the area.
Is to be where they observe their unfortunate charges and levy judgment on their own lack of humanity.
How many subjects have to die before you decide to build a dedicated autopsy room?
Each discovery is worse than the last.
Oh, so this was the other side that gives me the elevator to go up. Okay.
I fear that I will become numb to these incessant horrors. And for the...
They knew. They knew what Adrenatime would do. Fuck, Captain. Marauders are half the reason Monarch's gone to shit. And fucking... That journal better hold the key to the Eternal Equation.
Dan, there you are. Is this... It's off, right? I don't understand these contraptions.
Dr. Blakesley, ma'am, I've come to say that it's time. I'm gonna do it.
Do what?
I'm gonna try for one of the shuttles.
You little shit. You've lost your mind.
If I can just make it to the landing pad, I'll be free.
Be reasonable, Morley. The project is almost over. We'll be out of here by October.
Ma'am, it's January. You're recording, by the way.
Damn it!
I used to think the beasts on Monarch were bad. At least they aren't cruel. These people chose to do this.
Now where do I go? The journal, yes. Oh, did I completely miss the journal piece that was in here? That looks like there's one over there too. That's it, if we can just run to get that piece.
I believe we've discussed side effects, Dr. Ambrose.
The drug's not ready for release yet. The drug's not ready for release yet. The side effects are immaterial.
So it's dangerous. Perhaps it results in some thrilling mutations. Forearms, maybe? Or a second head?
Try delusion, paranoia, gastric bleeds, violence, and fatal insomnia. Shall I enumerate every way our volunteers have died? Suicide by automech, suicide by hanging, starvation.
Cut the recording, Georgie.
You sure, boss? I just put on a new cylinder. Stroke, spontaneous combustion, internal exsanguination.
Wait,
Turn it off.
spontaneous combustion? Okay. So it's that other one. I could have sworn I was already in this area, but I guess not. There we go.
That's the last of them.
Oh, there we go.
Tell me about the production of Adrenatime, Dr. Ambrose. I hear Compound X is a unique challenge to work with.
It's temperamental. It must be refined under tightly controlled circumstances at tremendously low temperatures.
Do you compound it with anything else? Tell me more about your refining process. Our audience is conversant in the sciences, very detail-oriented, so don't be afraid to get technical.
Last time I met you, you spoke like a groundbreaker builder sprat. Why the sudden airs? And such specific questions? Does your minder know what you're up to? Does he suspect you're a spy?
Pardon me.
Wait, what the? Seriously? I already killed these things. Okay, let's just... Why did I actually just kill them again? What do I actually got left? Return for the... Georgie Automac. Okay, so I already got all of the recordings. So that's probably the Automac. Two things returning, so let's go back here.
I've eaten my fair share of Terrawise, but I'm still gonna come out and say it.
Hey, there you are. Did you manage to find those recordings? Well, I'll be damned. I know it's not much, but take the last of my bits. You've earned every single one, friend. My pockets? Oh, sure. Here's a few more bits for your trouble. Call it hazard pay. She couldn't have... Except... what could she even want to ask Olivia Ambrose about? Good fucking law. Headquarters would kill me if they knew. Hell, being stuck here might have been the only thing keeping me alive. Liz, I need some time. Yeah.
You find anything out there, you let me know. I'm ready. That's it. Here. I saved up for this, just... You didn't happen to find anything else out there, did you? A marauder! Don't tell me that's the end of it. Was there anything else? You're right. Jerome got me out of Gorgon. I can honor his memory by staying out. Time to hit... Well...
It was...
Okay, back onto the main mission. Looks like here is my... We can figure out whose this mysterious figure is now.
It's about damn time. Let's find that journal. I want off this fucking thing.
Pam? Are you similar to Sam? You're not giving off a red.
Welcome to the Adrenatime Synthesis, and this productivity automechanical unit is at your disposal. Its normal duties involve the management of legacy. However, due to the promotion, demotion, death, or injury to other managers of this facility, reception. Hugh, please direct any questions about those departments to Pam. Answers not guaranteed. Not to. Uh-oh. It looks like there are management stretched thin. After all, how can I increase your productivity today? I really need you to be a team player. You are now the floors below. How can I increase your product? Pam helps each and every member of the space. Don't think of with Pam at the helm. You'll feeling schedule slipping? You'll be a team player in no time. How can I increase your Did you know when Pam's emergency combat protocols are activated? Warning. Due to power consumption, combat protocol Spacer's Choice policy dictates that hate messing with tangled cable. Out of batteries and need productivity now? No problem. Just hook Pam's power source up to another emergency Please ensure that this unit is fully charged. Or present your. How can I increase your productivity today? Emergency combat How can I increase your.
Okay. Didn't give me any other quests. I stupidly didn't read that.
Don't be shy. How can I increase your productivity? Emergency combat. Please ensure password. How can I increase your productivity today?
Are those eyes following us? Who would build such a creepy thing?
No, wait. That head's not spinning all the way around, is it? Well, that's not unsettling at all.
Talk about these things? Okay, we got a few floors. Well, there are some side doors. We probably should check those out. Okay, this looks completely useless. Sealed. Barred. Guess that was what I needed to power it up.
Hello there. How can I increase your product emergency combat? Please ensure that this unit's power rating is 100. Error. Employee's biometric ID does not match this unit's designated manager. Pretend that this PAM unit is one of your employees who's been working long hours. What would you say to give them an extra pep pill like any good man? Employees passing out at their desk. Verbal management. Engaging emergency
Okay. I'm guessing we're gonna get like a flood of enemies coming through here, so best to do that. Oh, there was a room over here I was gonna check out. Oh. Yeah, probably better you replace your battery cells anyway. Okay, let's get up. Is she going up the stairs for me? I'm gonna kill some enemies in here. Okay. No, Pam.
Here we go.
I mean, why were they not? Sadness. Gone too soon.
Carry on.
I'm even more confused now. Huh. Well, might as well do what they said. Carry on. Probably should unlock any extra. I'm guessing he's just letting me up here?
I don't know if I'm impressed or suspicious. They're building something here, and it probably ain't good.
I'll always be suspicious. Since I still have a couple more floors. Okay, that's an elevator that'll bring up there, it looks like, and then that one. Oh, it just has like a staircase. They're gonna make me fight my way back through. A workbench, eh? Guess when I picked something up that wasn't at 41.
What is it with the board and giant machines?
To think, I would once have been impressed by this monstrosity. The journal could well be in our grasp soon.
That's enough. Gorgon is mine. Go now, and I will not pursue you. But if you stay, I will sick every last lawless fucking mercenary in Halcyon on you. It's your choice, Captain.
Never know safety again? And why should the future be any different from the past?
I'm getting sick of chasing shadows. You can't shoot shadows.
Okay. That doesn't tell me who the mysterious figure is. Of course, can't fast travel. As we go back to the ship, we'll probably have to go to her to bring the journal. Yeah. Where are you two? There you guys are. What if it's her mother doing all this as is?
We are receiving an
Captain, I see you've made some headway on Gorgon. Mother's old work terminal just lit up with a bunch of... What about Mother's journal? Any progress there? Are you accusing me of deception? Can you hear me, Captain? I'm getting some
Hello again. I must admit, you've surprised me. I threw nearly everything I had at you. And you overcame. Did you really think I would leave my... Someone had to protect Gorgon from those...
Mother! You're alive! And still on Gorgon? This is so you, Mother. Inserting yourself where you aren't needed and at the...
Am I disrupting your vanity project? You empty-headed little twit!
Have you come back just to ruin everything again, Mother? At least this time I have...
Captain, this is a distraction. Let's set our differences aside and focus on what matters.
I may not have told you all of the facts, but I'm going to lay out everything I know. You can decide. By now, you realize that Project Gorgon was devoted to a single drug, Adrenatime. A drug that hit the market in spite of calamitous side effects. Quite right. There's no end to the harm a poorly run team can do. Even the project was a colossal failure. But you and I are going to revive it from the ashes. What you've seen is the result of Mother's leadership. Mother's journal contains the activation codes for the Adrenatime synthesizer, the key to a new We're going to start again, and this time with everything Project Gorgon didn't have. You have every reason to doubt me. If I can improve the chemistry, I can fix Adrenatime. We can put this colony back on track. I needed to keep this quiet. Spacer's Choice
Listen to yourself. Adrenatime ruined life. And now Halcyon buckles beneath the yoke of my failure. We can't risk...
What about my life, Mother? The Ambrose name has no dignity anymore. Every day, workers slump over from exhaustion. Adrenatime is the break we can't fit into the schedule. The office with a win...
Don't let those bloodless leeches at Spacer's Choice walk you down this perilous...
As usual, Mother projects her failures onto me. If she had let me get involved from the start, we might have avoided this calamity altogether. My intent...
Fuck your intentions. What? I always suspected you were nothing.
You see what I mean? If I can save the colony and redeem the Ambrose family name, I owe it to myself to try. Mother be damned. Social engineering take... You've seen more of this colony than the average grunt. You know as well as I do that this is a question of survival. With Adrena... Imagine if we flooded the market with drugs that actually helped people. We could influence the very business. We won't be exploiting...
No. This is madness. The project, the complex, it has to be destroyed.
Gorgon is a cautionary... I need that facility online, but I can't do it while Mother's still a problem. Deal with her however it suits you.
Don't do this, Wilhelmina.
Adrenatime is our future. It's bigger than money, bigger than family. It's the colony's best hope.
Return to my family's... Use the executive override code in my journal to activate the NDA pro... It will destroy the Gorgon drug synthesizer and put an end to Adrenatime for good. One last thing. She will try to force you to fight her. You don't have to. In fact, she's...
Captain, in light of... Finish the job. I know you won't disappoint me.
Guess we'll see if we can convince you. I have to kill a few things to get to you, though. Let me see it inside. Oh, it does. Different floors.
Jig is up, Cap. I'd wager we're in for a fight.
There wasn't that many robots in here.
Captain. She knows we're coming.
Wait, out behind? Let's just follow the...
Here they come.
System alert.
Yes, there was some mechanicals.
Unable to engage in security. System
just change it. Well, why aren't you firing? Okay, seems like it's up a floor. And in here. There we go. Unlock the elevator. Ah, it must be on the first floor.
didn't want this place found. It should be over quickly.
Oh, it's back over here. Okay.
Here they come.
Quite a team, my friend.
You say that, but you don't seem to attack.
Unexpected noise identified.
Incoming!
Fine hit! No!
Unexpected.
Fight on our hands. Don't mess with us.
Didn't I warn you not to set foot in here until the job was done? There's nothing to discuss. I can fix Adrena time without you, and certainly without... You wasted your time coming here, and worse, you wasted mine. But I won't let destroy it. You've been listening to Mother, haven't you? She slithered her way into your confidence. Well, I am Maybe People want to buy clean drugs, and I want... Do you know why it was a disaster? Rushed production, cut... My drug will be the pride and joy of the Ambrose family. And if we pick up where Gorgon left off, he'll surprise me.
If you fix it, there's always the...
Yeah, fight horrific science with...
The days of the old Adrena time are numbered, and marauders are bound for extinction. Insane people. Besides, Mother is determined to ruin everything she touches. Fair.
System.
Here we go.
You've finished it, Captain. You've put Gorgon... I only wish that Minnie had seen... Join me for a toast.
That sounds nice. You know, we don't...
Hand to law, Captain. I mean you no harm.
What the? Oh, must be a quick exit over here. Cave? Oh. wait. You wanted me to go back over there? Huh. Okay.
Captain, I believe a celebration is in order. The Gorgon project is dead, and we are not. And I find myself at... Maybe I'll find a handsome little bolt hole out there in the Aether. Maybe Spacer's Choice will want to take their turn at Wilhelmina's artwork.
I don't know. There's...
Oh, the colors are... May I keep this? I'll take that. I think it'll look a treat on the walls of my hideout. Memories and all that. I'll take it. Where will the future lead you, Captain? Halcyon doesn't deserve your time. In any case, I do. Goodbye, Captain. And...
Okay. Maybe next time I'll do a persuasion build, get things up to like 150. Now I can talk my way through everything. Oh, well, looks like there's only one thing left really to do. Well, lots of minute quests, but turns out getting to max level isn't that hard.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Yeah,
Good luck,
quick
Captain.
break. Okay. Time to make the board my worst enemy.
Not so. Basically, if you don't work here, or for Chairman Rockwell, I don't know how you got that. What? Oh no. You must... Please.
I think I would have had a higher thing. Okay. I could sneak, but I know that that is heavily guarded. Let's do this. Especially since I didn't seem to find a good ID.
Huh?
Here they come!
Get in there! I don't want to die!
Yep.
Try me?
He's still shooting at me. Oh, that guy way over there? Well, how about you fire at him?
Peace in death.
See if I can back up and get rid of all the red.
I am a dirt. You have a message from Adjutant.
No one ever looks quite the same in person as they do. And my reports of you have been exceptional. You have something I want. I'd like to negotiate. Yes, I'm aware that you stole a batch of precious chemicals and destroyed an important experiment. My scientists tell me they'll restore the damage you've done within a matter of months. But I'm not. Phineas Wells is wanted by the board. I want to convince you to turn him in to us. He has a litany of charges against him. Wells is a dangerous... You're in contact with Wells. I want you to send us a tracing signal from his communication terminal. You are making...
Adjutant Akonde's call. We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you like to do the...
Okay. I mean, I don't know how they couldn't find him. He has this gigantic cube hovering of a planet.
I've kept myself busy in your absence, optimized my formula. I'm now confident. All I need now is the dimethyl sulfoxide. I'll take as much as you can give me. Human test subjects. Oh, that's grotesque. That's Thank you. You've brought me enough chemicals to get started, at least. Those poor people, they must have died in agony. You say the board's trying to freeze their subjects over and over again without inflicting permanent damage? Well, they're nowhere close to solving that problem. Something about this feels wrong. I don't know why the board would ever conduct such an experiment, unless they're working on some I'll tell you this much. The board scientists are I know! I've suspected as much for years. Of course, I don't expect the board to do a thing about it. They've been driving our colony to the brink. The board's mismanagement put our colony on the road to collapse. Hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. You're saying that Halcyon's on the brink of total collapse? And the chairman's plan to save all of us is to save himself? I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us? That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape clause. Do you realize what this means for the Hope? For your fellow colleagues? Short of lining up every member of the board and shooting them in the back of the head. Do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists injured. The board's going to dispose of them all. And we need to get to those colonists before the board. I have enough chemicals to start reviving a few of them, but no easy. Merciful gibbering. We bring the Hope to us. Skip the entire ship. Yes, exactly. If we link up the Hope to the Unreliable.
And that's going to work, without killing us in the process.
Yes. You'll need to switch on the Hope's once you've skipped the Hope. I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers, scientists, engineers. The board would have us believe how... Certainly. How can I help? It wouldn't surprise me. When I pulled you out of the Hope, the board nearly skipped right. That is, I ruined my ship and nearly killed myself in the process, but the maneuver was well within on the board,
Okay. Travel to the Hope.
Captain, I hope Dr. Wells has not dragged you into one of his irrational schemes again. We have arrived. I need you to reroute power for... You'll have to connect me to the Hope's comm system so I can convince her if your calculations are for the sun.
Just in case, I might want to bring engineer. Oh, dang it. What is my engineering at? can't lie as well, but I do have persuasion now. 120. It's good.
Power's out, Captain.
What's
Here
that?
they come.
That's the last of them. Here they come.
You know, what's the point of a restricted thing if I'm going to be killing everything anyway? I'm guessing there was an alternative.
Incoming!
Processing.
Watch out,
Investigate.
Everyone all right?
Oh yeah. %.
This must be unsettling for you, Captain.
Oh, a big one.
Down they go.
Mega Sprout. You see this shit having trouble?
Oh, searching.
Incoming.
That's the last of them.
Can you hear me, Captain? I have successfully integrated myself into the Hope's comm systems, and am attempting to establish contact with the Hope's
Unexpected.
more
Beginning
primitive.
We've got a
security.
fight on our hands.
Oh, No? How do I just repair? Aha, there we go. Whew. Didn't realize my armor was so low.
What?
What? Huh?
Incoming! Nice hit!
What was that? Incoming!
Investigating. Elevating through.
Incoming!
Down they go!
That's the Hope's computer up ahead. I'll admit, I am curious to wake him. Greetings, Captain. I am speaking to you through the Hope's computer system. It's a rather cramped feeling, but it'll do. Are you sure? That is extremely dangerous. And also potentially kill an entire planet. How is my humor now, Captain? Jump-starting the skip drive. Destination set to the rings of Terra 2.
Well, it's...
Doing it. I mean,
ADA, does your captain seriously intend to do a micro-jump in system with engines that haven't been powered in 70 years?
That is what my
But that is a gross misuse of the skip drive. The Zero Point Drives Corp and I will not be held responsible for any
Yes.
You should not be doing this.
Thank you, Hope. It looks like all systems are go.
Okay, let's see. Do we destroy an entire planet? Planet's still alive. Good.
Oh, good. We are still alive and have successfully skipped into Terra 2's orbit. I reported as much to Phineas Wells, but he has not responded. Perhaps you should check in on him.
Oh, goody.
We're alive! We made it! I, never had any doubts.
Captain, Captain, I shall now play the
The board is here. They've found me somehow. They're about to... I can't stop them from getting me, and there isn't enough time to explain everything. But the board, all their lackeys, they're all a bunch of swine. You hear? You fucking pig!
It would seem the recording captured some rather dire events. I presume you'll want to dock at the... How can I be of assistance? I request... Now arriving at Phineas's top secret orbital lab.
I practice here again somehow.
Here they come.
No.
Cover, Captain. Go. That's one down.
Well done. We're still alive.
Yeah, somehow I gotta get in there. Looks like this is open.
You make it look so easy.
I don't know what the weapon was.
Captain, as it appears we may soon be embarking for a match, I believe the crew would like to speak with you to...
What concerns? Got a big hammer.
Those board goons kidnapped Mr. Phineas and hauled him away.
I never got to know Doc Wells.
To extract the scientist, you will need to infiltrate the labyrinth. But that course of action is likely to be quite dangerous. I am programmed to warn you whenever you exhibit inclinations toward risky behavior.
Getting in is the simple part. It's getting out again.
Let's just do it. Kick down some...
If you really mean to do this, you should see to your final affairs and close out any unfinished business.
If we don't make it...
Got my trip.
Pounce.
You can count...
Never...
Command, not...
Waiting on your command.
Go in this. Oh, so that was the last planet to be unlocked. Let's do this.
I am pleased to inform you that we have arrived. Please be advised that electrical storms... Resident, the interior, I would also ask that you leave your captain's ID with me. In the event that you do not return, I can make the assurance. Oh.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your... UDL does appreciate the courtesy you've done us. As a show of our deepest gratitude, we will make your execution quite swift. Alright. I'm feeling... Anyway, Tartarus Docking Authority... Wait, is that from the Groundbreaker? What the... Pay no mind to that, just have a pleasant day.
Transmission terminated. Biometric ID received. Transfer. How can I be of assistance? Take care. I think I'll initiate an...
See, what it should let me do is for the final mission to bring everyone with me. Okay. There it is.
The captain did right by us once.
What?
Now it's
So is
our
that?
turn. The board will never own Groundbreaker. Not while I breathe. Push on, Mardad.
All this place the labyrinth. Perhaps we should all meditate on that as we make our descent.
I've got to admit, I'm not too keen on walking into a prison. They lock me up, I'm liable to kill everyone trying to get back out.
I mean, not much of a labyrinth. Come on.
Whew. We have a lot of shooting to do, Captain.
Well then, I guess we get on to it. Or just run right through.
A busy worker is a happy worker.
Okay, I guess last time to, I don't even know why I keep all these things. Oh, come on. Nobody does that. Eh. It just gets too damn expensive. Okay, 35 at least. Okay. Oh, so this was just the entrance to the pit. Hmm.
Let's go, troops. Stellar Base counting on us.
They firing at us or something?
Here, here. I didn't think we were hiring more staff. Oh, that's great. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'll be damned. I was prepping the studio for our announcement, and here you... Ah, I knew I smelled Monarch when you lot walked in.
Keep talking, and you'll be smelling iron. Ain't nobody so...
And the convict. The vicar.
Oh, I would go anywhere to see...
When you go off and get yourself shot, try to... My, it's a wonder what Phineas saw in you. Yes, he... But that's between us. As far as my adoring citizens will know. Oh, I don't know what half-baked... Let me ask.
I believe we could ask...
I'm making actual progress towards stabilization and recovery. You're just getting in the way. We don't need your help. I'll admit, there's no shortage of talent and... Look, I'm not an unreasonable man. If you manage to storm the castle, as it were, and make it out of here with Phineas... I can't exactly afford more havoc than you've already caused. Fine. If you survive, you'll need someone to sell the rest of the board on your...
Okay. Wasn't really anything in there for me to steal, but... Ah. What was that about?
All right, MSI. I'm not one for rousing speeches, but the captain needs our help. So get in there and fight!
Everything in my life has been leading up to this point. I believe I am ready for this.
Take a breath now, folks. Once we're up there, I suspect we ain't gonna have time to stop shooting.
Okay.
Captain, you've disrupted the balance of power. Do you imagine you're leading some... The Iconoclasts and MSI have put aside their differences and attacked the prison together. I never imagined such a thing would be possible.
Oh,
but here
that's
we
what was going
are.
on.
The board... I admit I miscalculated the extent of your influence. I have Dr. Wells in my custody. Once I've secured his cooperation, I can move forward with the program. I can repair the... Fair enough. I'm giving you exactly one chance to parlay with me. Yes, I'm quite aware. My scientists assure me they can recover the data you... That isn't true. That experiment was absolutely essential to the Don't you... We're going to have to start off. You were always an unknown variable. I tried to recruit you. I'm aware of Dr. Wells. 50 or 60 years ago, I might have agreed with you. But we've passed the point of no return. The best scientists in Halcyon can't save us now. I haven't lost control of the labyrinth yet. Our security system is still operational. I can still put... What? You can't be serious. Oh, for the love of the law. Congratulations, Captain. You've outplayed me. I just hope you've made the fate of the cop.
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You must have said something to get under Akande's skin. And you lunatic, you broke into the board's own fortress just... all? You've broken the board's stranglehold on the... You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than... I would like nothing... Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no... 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived.
So we've got to make do on our own. Seems to...
You're quite right. We've got no...
Earth is only an idea to us. But that idea is the bedrock that...
I don't want to imagine... We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for... Yes, we must begin the... We're going to need a leader. And I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us? You're the... We're...
Okay.
The OSI
2 achievements.
teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan.
The Outer Worlds and
But the
Heart.
stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and
They
engineers
say something about
woke up in
Earth
a
being out
colony
of communication,
descending
which
headlong
means
into total collapse.
game number 2 is going to be on Earth.
With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Between MSI's worker-centric policies and the iconoclast's manpower, Sanjar and Zora were able to rally many of the Terra 2 townships to their cause. MSI's workforce swelled, and the iconoclasts enjoyed a significant surge in their ranks. The board was too distracted by infighting and internal politics to stop MSI from becoming a powerful corporation and a refuge for townships that might have fallen through the cracks. Consumed by paranoia, Lilia Hagen took Sublight Salvage in a controversial direction, openly accusing board officials of an extraterrestrial conspiracy. One day, an accident at the Groundbreaker's docking bay silenced her forever. Time would tell if her replacement could keep the Sublight family together. Adelaide McDevitt replaced Reed Thompson as the leader of Edgewater. She and her followers transformed Edgewater in their image. Anyone loyal to Reed was pressured into leaving town, and those who stayed behind adapted to her way of life. Adelaide transformed the old cannery into a new garden. The nearby Edgewater Cemetery provided a convenient source of fertilizer. As for Reed Thompson, it was said that he lasted exactly 2 days outside the walls of Edgewater. Years later, a marauder was found in possession of his hat. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the Groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the Lifetime Employment Program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. Even the Gorgon asteroid, though a distant enigma to most of Halcyon, felt the aftershocks of your actions. The destroyed Adrenatime synthesizer became a symbol of the board's cruelty and a rallying point for Wells and his scientists as they sought to build a more humane, ethical Halcyon. They cleared the dead from Gorgon's laboratories and repurposed them to aid in the crucial work of solving the colony's nutrition crisis. Gorgon, which had once sown death and destruction across Halcyon, became a source of hope and renewal. The Gorgon Project's final explosive end was bittersweet for Olivia Ambrose. She wandered the colony's fringes alone, searching for others like her who despised the board and meant to destroy them. In time, she found Phineas Wells and his cadre of scientists, and she joined them in their efforts to save Halcyon. For a while, she even knew an uneasy peace. But for all that, Olivia found purpose in Wells' project. She was always haunted by the memory of her daughter, Minnie, who hadn't lived to see the better world they were building. She never did forgive herself for the horror her work had wrought on Halcyon. But she remembered fondly the daring captain who'd put an end to it at last. In spite of everything, the Gorgon asteroid remained a sobering reminder of the potential for progress and disaster in humanity's most ambitious efforts. The Rizzo's company in Halcyon dissolved after the collapse of the board. Needless to say, the launch of Spectrum Brown was indefinitely delayed. A stockpile of Spectrum Brown remains buried deep beneath the ruins of the old distillery, abandoned to time and attrition. With the dissolution of the board, Ruth Bellamy found herself without the two constants in her life: Byzantine culture and her sister Belinda. In the face of this new reality, she struggled to find a direction for her life. The colony had moved on from Halcyon Helen and would require new heroes in the years to come. And so Ruth Bellamy decided it was time to exit stage left. She quietly disappeared from public view. The dissolution of the board did not mean the dissolution of the ambitions of Cedric Kincannon, the charismatic leader of Sublight Underground. Cedric offered Slug's transportation services to the newly thawed colonists and set to work ferrying resources and food wherever they were most needed. For better or worse, Slug headgear became fashionable in the following years. As the board began to disintegrate, Spencer Woolrich found himself at a crossroads. Cling to what little stardom remained to him, or help usher Halcyon into its new future. To the surprise of many, perhaps himself most of all, Spencer chose the latter option. Having learned a variety of different skills in the many different roles played throughout his lengthy career, Spencer founded a radio serial dedicated to staying alive despite the odds. His subjects included how to survive violent encounters with only grazing wounds, dispense pithy one-liners for tense scenarios, and, of course, how to look good doing both. After a brief attempt at dating Helen as one person rather than two, which both Bertie and Helen found too strange, Bertie struck out on his own to try his hand at raising woolly cows. Many of his former Rangers teammates soon followed, accompanied by the woolly cow the team had originally plied with alcohol. The dairy farm thrived under Bertie's leadership and care. The Dairy Rangers privately believed that the woolly cows softened Bertie's temper considerably, although the only one brave enough to say this to his face was promptly headbutted. Due to the board's dissolution, many of the Prophet's old customers no longer found quite the same value in productivity seminars that they once had. With her business drying up, the Prophet chose to take her followers down a new path. Months later, salvagers on Eridanos found clues leading them to a seemingly abandoned bunker out in the wilderness. Inside, they discovered horribly mangled corpses, sacrificed to a blood-scrawled portrait of a sprat-headed deity. The Prophet was not among the bodies.
Oh, so she went
Your
crazy.
influence shifted Ellie's perspective. She
Went
finally
into
admitted, albeit grudgingly, that she just might need other people. Sometimes. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own. She hired a small crew and flew supply missions to communities on the fringe. Some of them were even legal. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. As much as he enjoyed his adventures aboard the Unreliable, the vicar, known as Max, eventually decided that it was time to move on, to live out the life he had sought so long to create. He knew there were many in the colony who carried burdens much worse than the ones he had struggled with, and he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could. He only ever took up arms again to defend the defenseless. Unshackled from a lifetime of striving and fighting the universe and himself, Vicar Maximilian de Soto was finally at peace. Once the matter with the Hope colonists was resolved, Junlei bashfully asked Parvati if she'd like to join her permanently on the Groundbreaker. And Parvati enthusiastically, if somewhat awkwardly, agreed. The stories of her adventures spread across the colony, and Parvati soon found herself the center of attention. Having served as the engineer of a renowned spacecraft, tramp freighters and wildcat miners sought her out by name. And in no time, she was a fixture in the Groundbreaker's mechanical ecosystem. She and Junlei were never far apart. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, a mercenary outfit of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide, or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories, could find her camping on the trail or clearing an infestation. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. It was widely suspected that Sophia Akande was the true power behind Chairman Rockwell. However, after the riots on Tartarus, she was never again seen in the colony. Various theories circulated as to her fate. Some believed she boarded an interstellar ship capable of journeying to a distant colony. Others believe she died trying to escape Tartarus. Some few suggest she fled to Monarch, where she continued to live among a small band of loyalists. There is another theory, which suggests that Sophia's encounter with you changed her, and she deliberately retreated from public view, but continued supporting the colony in secret. When Dr. Wells began reviving the Hope's colonists, he found himself with a sudden windfall of additional supplies and resources, courtesy of an anonymous donor. If Wells knew who his supplier was, he never told a soul. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past, and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. Dr. Wells was able to revive many more scientists and engineers than he first expected, thanks to the additional batch of chemicals you stole from the Ministry. Wells never forgot about the human lives that were lost in acquiring these chemicals. In the end, Dr. Wells was able to save every scientist and engineer aboard the Hope. Over the next decade, nearly all of the Hope's remaining colonists were successfully revived. Halcyon saw a period of rapid technological and scientific advancement. Breakthroughs in dietary supplements saved the colony from starvation. Geoengineering projects and social reforms began to change the structure and character of the colony. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Today, Halcyon has stabilized. The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances. Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? You brought an end to the riot on Tartarus and partnered with Chairman Rockwell to run the colony together. As Halcyon looked toward the future, you remained a constant presence in the colony's administration. You were never weighed down by bureaucracy, and you never had to dirty your hands with politics. You had people who did that for you. By your influence, Halcyon survived the turbulent years that were to follow. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain, will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
Okay. Later, y'all.